everyone, Gigs here once again on the MineSaga network, Western Realm, back at my normal little posse on the island. So today I am covering off something that I got in my win against Mr. Slime. Now, Mr. Slime, if you want to have a look, did a bit of damage to my gear. So, while he was squishing me, and given I have Unbreaking 3 on this stuff, while he was squishing me there, he actually did a fair bit of damage to my gear. So, I'm just going to take that off, and with the wonders of a lovely command of my rank, I am going to go fix all. No, I'm not. Oh, yes, I am. There we go. I was going to say, has it got the space? Not got the space. There we go. So now everything in my inventory is fixed, and it can all go away nice, pretty, and brand new. Until we go to take on something else, which will be fun. But first of all, I wanted to take a look at these little suckers, the tier 4 hoppers. These are the first ones I've gotten this season. I'm pretty excited to see how they work, and I don't know, to see how they work. So over here I have, and the reason I'm here is because these little iron golems are probably the best thing for me to show these guys off on. So at the moment my little iron golems die, and I have got 2 tier 3 hoppers here to pick up all their junk because they drop. Now I have them upgraded, so they drop poppies, iron, diamonds and emeralds. Not very many diamonds and emeralds, but they do drop them. And here I have, so I've got them fully upgraded, which is why they're dropping the extras. But there's only 29 of them, and for 29 of them I'm needing to use 2 tier 3 hoppers in order to pick these guys up. So they're a little bit, it's not expensive. These go for around 30 mil each, but and I'm definitely making my money back on the iron golem spawners, but it is using up a couple of hoppers. So now, if I take these 2 little guys away, dunk, dunk, and you see that they immediately go back into my inventory there, so I haven't lost them. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place 1 tier 4 hopper there. And just as these iron golems die, we'll see that it did pick them all up. So, but that could be because there were no diamonds or emeralds in that set of drops, and that does make a difference. Let's get them again. See what happens here. Come on. You can do it. Alright. We're still coping okay with the tier 4 there. What I just want to double check is I do have a tier 1 here. So I will get rid of you, just in case that was picking things up as well. Let's go back along here. I had that there for my cobble gen. Come on. Anytime now. Oops, now it's doubled up. And this can happen sometimes, and when it doubles up. So the tier 4 is actually handling all that on its own. So it's doing quite a good little job there. Now let me just swap that out for the tier 3. Well, it was actually tier 2. For the tier 3, and let's see if it can handle 32 on its own. Maybe it's just every so often it needs the second one. Come on, come on, we're waiting. Poor little golems. Okay, that must just be every so often that it's not handling the 1 hopper. And again, it may be a combination of it having both diamonds, emeralds, iron and poppies. Have a look in there. So you can see it's definitely all filled up there, so it wouldn't take much. It would only take a diamond or an emerald and suddenly I would have things sitting there. So if it just doesn't want to give me a display of that, just to be difficult. Most disappointing. However, we can still go on with our display. See, I'm stubborn. I'm going to try it one more time. Come on, show me that you're not going to be good enough. Come on, do it, do it, do it, do it. Come on. No. Never mind. Never mind. So, tier 4 hopper. Plonk him down. We already know that he can handle these 32 golems dying. In fact, he handled the 64 golems dying pretty well, which was a good thing. So the added advantage of a tier 4 hopper over a tier 3 hopper is, so you can see nothing there, but if I shift and right click, I get this. So I can actually tell it not to auto sell. So if I click that and disable it, then when these guys here die, it should pick everything up but not sell. Now there could be a reason why you want it to do that. You might want to be able to quickly jump in and grab some, so there we got diamonds, might want to quickly grab some iron or bits and pieces out of there. So I might want to grab those, say, and go off and build something with it, or grab the diamonds and do something with the diamonds. So I can now do that by just disabling that and quickly picking it up, and then when I'm finished I can, shift right click, oh, with nothing in my hand, shift right click, and I can re-put it back on again. And then when we have a look in here, when these guys up here die, we'll see things pop in here, and come on, there we go, and dunk, gone. So easy peasy peasy. Interestingly, I didn't see any poppies in there, so let's have a shift right click again, and dunk. So I've got nothing filtered in here at the moment, so that's interesting. Oops. Right click to add. So we'll right click to add, and you see it says type in an item name to filter. So let's go poppy. So it's confirmed that we've added poppy to the hopper filter. Again, we've got the 64 there, and there's the poppies. So it hasn't this time round, and that was a whole stack of poppies. It hasn't sold the poppies. Well, it hasn't let the poppies go into the spawner. You can see that it's clearing things out of there pretty fast. And again, those are sitting there. So what you can imagine is if I had 3 rows of iron there, plus poppies, plus an emerald, if I also had a diamond come down, I wouldn't get that diamond because the poppies was taking up a slot. So by filtering out those poppies, it means that I have more space for my tier 4 hopper to pick everything up. Now, if you are going to do this, one thing that I will also suggest is that you add poppies to your own filter. Now, we did do this back when we were doing the XP mine to not be picking up the coal, but just as a reminder, even just to myself, filter add poppy. There we go. And now, if I go over here, I can't pick those poppies up. So they will eventually, and you'll see there that we've got this message that ground and entities were removed in 4 minutes. In 4 minutes time, those poppies will get removed. But in the meantime, they're not going to annoy me by getting picked up into my inventory as I go along. Which is kind of cool. Oops, I'm flying. So this is quite a nifty feature off. So the two nifty features of that tier 4 is that you can go in there, you can toggle on and off your auto sell, and you can also do the item filter there. So this also gives you the ability to do things like, if I wanted to, for example, collect my diamonds and emeralds because I wanted to put them, put them on my little stacks here, what I could do is pop down my little tier 2 hopper here, and I could go into, oops, shift right click. I could go into here and I could, right, here we go. So right click to add, and I could go, oops, diamond, and then we can go back in and add, oops, emerald. So there we go. So now when he is coming on through and picking up the drops from the iron golems, he should ignore the poppies. I see my fatal flaw here, because the poppies are going to go into here. My trick's not going to work. However, having an additional T4, I could plonk the T4 there. Let's get rid of the T2. Dunky dunk. And I will eventually get this right. I can go right click and I can disable selling. I can add to the item filter, and I can go iron. Oops. Iron. And then I can, so I've already got some in there, yes, but that's mainly because they died while I was doing this. And you'll see that when I place this down, it doesn't pick up existing things on the ground. It will only pick up things that have newly dropped. So, and on here we will add, oops, shift right click, and we will add poppy, because we still don't want to collect the poppies, they're not worth it. What did I do? Oh, and you can see my diamonds are floating up the top there, and that's probably because this is now full. So right click, poppy. There we go. So now we have iron and poppy on this one here, but we will just quickly grab that stuff out of there because it's clogging up. So we have iron and poppy out of here, and we have diamond, emeralds and poppies out of here. So what that means is that my diamonds and emeralds will start collecting here. Now I could also have this attached to a chest, so anything would go into a chest, but you don't get an awful lot of diamonds and emeralds anyway, so they wouldn't majorly stack up there, but you'd have to consider that when you're placing the chest. And in the meantime, we will no longer get poppies popping into either one of these. So this will only collect iron and will only sell iron because we've removed the poppies, diamonds and emeralds. And this one here, because we've removed the poppies and the iron, it will only collect the emeralds and the diamonds. So if I throw down the diamond, it's picked up there. And if I throw down the iron, we won't see it because it will be gone, but it would have gone into here. And if I throw down the poppies, they should go nowhere because nowhere. You won't see them here, and that's because of the way that the server works, is that they would have combined with the ones in there, which we just missed because entities have just been cleared and it's gone. So that is just an orbital for them to prevent lag on the server. So that's why you see the mobs stacking and things like that, so that they're really only showing one entity rather than all those entities at once. So this is, I suppose, a use for the tier 4s if you wanted to. You could do similar things with your villies where they're dropping the poppies, lapis, diamonds and emeralds when they're fully upgraded. Would I pay the money that people are currently asking for these tier 4s? Probably not, because I don't think that this is that big of an advantage. If I really wanted something out of my drops, I would just attach a tier 3, a tier 2 or a tier 1 onto a chest, and it would give me some of those drops. I've already done that down here when I was initially going for the iron challenge, and for my build I used a little bit of iron. I had that tier 2 hopper on here, and you'll see that it was collecting iron for me and got me some diamond and emeralds there. So it wasn't really that big of a deal for me to be able to do that. And the 2 hoppers that I had sitting here were handling the iron golem drops and the poppies on its own. And if you go into AH, you can see that the prices for these is just a little bit high. So someone there is selling a tier 4 for 245 million, whereas I can get, well, that was 120 mil. That's a lot less of a price, but look at that, tier 2s for 4,000. Probably not really gonna help this unless you also have a void chest in order to sell them. But for the tier 3s go for around 30 million. So if you look at 120 million for a tier 4, you know, that's 4 tier 3. Gigs doesn't do math well on the go. You know, you can get 4 of the tier 3s, which is going to get you everything that you and more than what a tier 4 is going to do. Again, the only advantage you're really getting out of these is the sell or disable option, which again you can switch between your different tiered hoppers, and the filter option, which if you've got enough hoppers you don't really need the filter. Maybe if you had a huge giant farm, maybe. I'm not going to complain. I've got them there. They didn't cost me any money. I may sell them. If anyone is asking for them and they want to buy them, I may sell them. I may be able to get something else that we can have a little bit of fun with. But in the meantime, they're filtering out those little poppies, and they can keep on doing that, so not so bad. Okay, well, this went on for a little bit longer than I planned, so I think I will leave it there. Thank you very much for joining me in fumbling my way around tier 4 hoppers. I look forward to someone putting something in the comments to show me I was wrong on something or I was mistaken on something. Feel free to do that. I'm happy to own up to when I am wrong, but other than that, you have a great day.